Hello, lovely people of the internet. I'm Movie Geek and I post a film analysis every other Monday. In this video, I'll be analysing the themes, messages, and questions of Federico Fellini's 1960 movie La Dolce Vita. You know the drill, guys, unless you're new here, in which case, hello. The following video contains spoilers for the movie La Dolce Vita. Also, suicide features in La Dolce Vita, so please, please, please do not watch this if that triggers you. La Dolce Vita is a harrowing plunge into the uglier side of human nature. It claws its way into the questions you'd somehow rather not ask. Can you achieve anything meaningful through living? Does true beauty actually exist? Why is suffering often so random and pointless? The plot is a 7-episode nightmare of evenings and the mornings after, with a prologue, intermission, and epilogue. It follows the protagonist, Marcello Rubini, in his search for the ideal girlfriend. While this seems shallow at best and sexist at worst, the joke is on him. What Marcello really seeks is the ideal happiness, or, rather, La Dolce Vita, translated as the sweet life, and his search for an idealized lover is a symptom of his unhappiness with the misery and banality of life. Throughout the episodes, Marcello and the movie sample different ways of giving life meaning beyond the pointless suffering. At first, hedonism and superficial beauty is sought out through one-night stands and worshipping the glamorous actor Sylvia. Marcello knows deep down that this is all hollow, but is afraid of what would be left if he rejected that. However, after a meeting with his friend Steiner, who he greatly admires, Marcello is inspired by the purity of his perceived happiness and tries to pursue an artistically and spiritually satisfying life. This, like his previous endeavour, fails when, after some children claim to have seen the Virgin Mary, he chooses to pursue a sensationalist newspaper article rather than any kind of spiritual gain from the experience. Not that this is any more effective. In the frantic scramble to see the Virgin Mary, a sick child whose mother brought them there to the site to heal is crushed and killed. A few episodes later, and Steiner has killed himself and his children, unable to cope with the pointlessness of suffering. The horrifying irony of a death being caused by people trying to find meaning in life is present throughout the movie, creating a feeling of hopelessness and nihilism to make us kind of understand Marcello's desperation for anything good, even as his actions descend from bad to worse in the pursuit of it. The movie is bookended by images of Christ, starting with the glamorous statue and ending with the monstrous fish which has been dead for 3 days, the same number of days Christ was dead before he was resurrected. This depicts Marcello's descent into apathy towards life as he sees the facade pulled away to reveal the ugliness behind. If La Dolce Vita simply created this feeling of despair for its own sake, it would be a far inferior movie. Instead, it toys with it, flitting between subscribing to it and rejecting it. For a film about the hollowness of beauty, La Dolce Vita is a very beautiful film. Every time the viewer wants to opt out of answering whether there is meaning and beauty in life with cheap cynicism, hope flickers briefly into the story and the viewer is back to square one. Take the final scene as an example. In the final scene, Marcello stumbles upon what he has been looking for all along, possessed by a teenage girl who still has an innocent joy to be alive. This is a truly bittersweet moment as Marcello realizes that La Dolce Vita does exist, even if he will never reach it. After almost 3 hours of nihilism, this somehow quietly dignified bombshell of a final scene is almost the thematic equivalent of a plot twist. It cuts through the mayhem of the rest of the film with an image of hope which lifts La Dolce Vita from a really good film to a truly great one. In conclusion, La Dolce Vita opens the dialogue to questions which are uncomfortable but important. It presents answers and skillfully guides the viewer through different viewpoints, but still ultimately leaves it up to the viewer whether there is meaning in life. Well, that was a bit miserable. Thanks so much for watching though. I hope you enjoyed. Comment below your thoughts on La Dolce Vita and what movies you'd like to see analysed next.